Here we are. Look at that. I bet you didn't guess this one, right? This is a little late to the party, which is kind of a frequent thing for me when it comes to this stuff. Let's check it out. Well, what is it, right? It's actually a HyperX. So it's the Alloy Elite 2. Let's pull this thing out. You know, not much for an unboxing. Just kind of crack it open. With the only downside right off the bat is the cable's not removable. That crap out of the way. Look at that. It's gonna tell me how to use the keyboard. That's cool. Need more of that, right? Tell me that Kingston sells RAM. Like we didn't know. Yep. Yep. Cool. That's how you use the keyboard. Thanks, guys. Let's move this crap out of the way. There it is. She, he, whatever you feel like calling it today. Now this one isn't exactly cheap, but it's not horribly priced either. Compared to like a Huntsman Elite. My Huntsman was a tournament edition, so it was the cheaper one, and you find it on sale. And we need more plastic noises. Flip her over. It's a full size. I haven't used a full size in a while. Other than for work. Listen to that. So these are the red linear switches that are actually the HyperX. What are they calling them now? Just HyperX red linear. I think they're bragging about mechanical switches, blah, blah, blah. I think it's actually an optomechanical. You can take a look. Yeah. So it's an optomechanical, right? So it does have 2 USB ports. That's annoying, but does get a pass-through, which on, you know, a lot of keyboards that cost a lot more is missing. Case in point, the G910 Orion, no pass-through, but you get to sync your phone with your computer and it doesn't work. That's great. This one has pass-through. Huntsman Elite TKL, Huntsman Elite Linear. I believe even the Black Widow doesn't. None of the Razor Ornatas do. So at least, you know, if I gotta deal with this big old cable, at least I'm getting the benefit of an extra USB port. You know, you could always plug a headset or something to that. Whatever. USB drive. Who cares? What do you feel like? I like the sound of these better. Now these are just regular ABT caps? ABT caps? I don't know. The standard ones that people don't like. They get greasy, whatever. But they're also pudding caps. Holy rainbow on first startup.
All right. So I just had to do a firmware update, which is cool. You know, I have my headset here. Sorry for the mic quality. This is the HyperX headset's mic quality as a reference. Now, normally I would use the Yeti and clean it up some, but I think it's kind of a good thing to show you or anybody else what we're actually looking at as far as HyperX quality in general. The headset itself is good for things like Discord, and I can do a whole thing on this headset if you're interested. Anyhow, here we have the keyboard. Now, the first thing I noticed, man, these keycaps are extremely bright, which is good. And then there's a button on the keyboard. You can change it, right? So let's go ahead and see what we actually get here. Okay. So what's this hidden opacity? I mean, I almost feel like that's just brightness again, right? It's kind of what it feels like. So we have a wave effect. I don't want a wave effect. What's a swipe effect? Ooh, okay. Twilight, it's gonna be twinkling, I'm guessing. Yeah. Twinkling is cool. I always do something like that. Is that another one? Confetti. Well, that's just weird, huh? It's cool, but it's just weird, right? let's not do that one. It's the sun. Oh, the sun itself is really cool. Now, what you notice here is that there's not nearly as much configuration as something like a chroma, right? Let's kick it up, make this bad boy go fast. I don't know. Do triggered effect? What's a triggered effect here? Oh, so there we go. This is kind of what I was looking for, like a ripple. So that's the flame one. Let's make it explosion. Oh, okay. See, you know, there's enough here that I think it's fine. Compared to something like chroma, where there is so much, you really have no idea sometimes, like what you want to do. And I guess the other side with the chroma is very good. One thing that chroma does have that I like a lot is the in-game stuff, right? But you do have to set some of that up yourself. Some of it finds on its own. What I did find is that with chroma, I do have issues with it auto-detecting games unless I open up the Chroma Studio and then close it each time. So what do we got here? Can we change? Oh, yes. So here's the other thing. So every key in here, Chroma does the same kind of deal, right? Where you can change whatever key does. And for some people, who cares, right? Because there's no macro keys per se. So you do have options. But I really want to try this one out. I'm kind of tired of some of my Razer stuff, but this one is really cool. I'm going to try it out. Yeah, let's see here. Keyboard function, pause. I could rebind it to, let's see, Shift 5. Or is it just 1 to 1? See, maybe you can't really macro it, right? Maybe it's just the normal thing. Now, the benefit also, though, here, as the difference to something like Synapse, there's not quite as much as I was looking here. But I could change things to do different mouse. Okay, here's the macro. Here's the macro. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We can do it. So disregard half the things I just said. But you can save it to the keyboard. That's important. You don't actually need ingenuity, as HyperX Kingston likes to call it. You don't actually need it to save your settings. You can save this to the keyboard, and if you move it to another computer, it doesn't matter, right? And now, one of the things that interests me, because when I hook up to other work computers, now this specific keyboard probably isn't going to be on a work computer for quite a while. It's going to stay on my gaming computer for now. But one of the things that you find is that, well, hey, like my Logitech, it just has Rainbow Puke because I'm not allowed to install the Logitech software, or same with Synapse or anything else. And so that's something here that, you know, can really be beneficial, especially in this work from home environment. You want to use your own stuff, you know you do. But I also don't want to look at bright Rainbow Puke or off all the time. I did pay enough money for a keyboard. I do kind of want to use it, right? So just interesting things. MIDI keys, they work. They work in virtual or voice meter, potato and banana as well, if you just have it hooked to it. So it doesn't change your Windows volume, but it changes your in and outbound, things like that. Up to you. But let me know what you think about this one.
Lloyd. Hey. Your breath stinks. Well, it does. Yes, these are not PBT caps. But if you feel like throwing out some cash, they got a fix for you. PBT pudding caps. So, we're going to try these out. In the next one, that's exactly what this is going to be. PBT cap swap. Because everybody loves that. Who cares, right? Let's have fun with it.